So, Star Wars fans, I think we can breathe again. This game, together with the Mandalorian series coming out, I think it's safe to say that Star Wars is in good hands again. It's with people that are passionate about the content, that understand what made the first three movies so special. I mean, we're still getting there slowly but surely, but this was a good effort. Easily the best effort since KOTOR 2 that came out in 2004. I know the Force Unleashed series also is a very popular series, but I prefer this one over those two, I think. I think the fact that we're meeting new characters again just makes it feel a bit new. After the last trilogy came out, I think people were a bit fatigued with the whole Star Wars thing. But again, the Mandalorian series, together with this game, it's almost like a new hope on itself. And I'm very curious to see where this goes in the future. If you ask me now, do I want a sequel out of this game? Well, if BD1 is a part of it, of course. But yeah, this definitely has potential to go a bit further. Do I want to see him on the big screen? Maybe. We'll talk about all the characters in a moment. But all in all, I'm very positive about what they were trying to do here. And if they want to incorporate that into the movies or the series further, I think it would be good for the Star Wars franchise. So let's talk a bit about the story and the setup. Here we play as Cal Kestis, an engineer that is being hunted down by a secret group named the Inquisitorius. It's a secret group of Jedi hunters. When Cal saves his friend from certain death while falling, he basically gives away his location. So it draws the Inquisitorius to him, and this is where he's being hunted down until a group of friends come and save him. And by a group, I mean a couple. We've got Grease, the gambler who also happens to own a ship, who has been hired by Seer, an ex-Jedi Master who stripped herself away from the Force. So after rescuing Cal, Seer explains her plan to find a device named the Holocron. Now the Holocron is supposed to find Force-sensitive children around the universe. Now the Inquisitorius, working under the Empire, are also interested in this device. Obviously finding these children will obviously lead to their death, or if Cal and Seer can manage to find these children, they can recruit them into the Jedi Order. So while the story isn't the worst in the world, there are a few things that happen that you can see from a mile away. Our main villain has a big reveal in the middle of the game, which, come on, if you haven't seen a Star Wars movie before, or any other movie for that matter, you would have seen that one coming from a mile away. There are a few instances in the game where the game asks you to feel emotional about certain things, involving a few characters, but it really doesn't pull that weight that it should, because it's things we've seen before, relating to our main hero, all these type of things. Yes, it didn't really have the impact that it was supposed to. There was one specific instance involving a droid, look out for it, which got me. And there are cool stuff happening. You meet a lot of creatures and a lot of characters along the way, which I enjoyed. But the main pull, the emotional weight that it was trying to invoke, didn't really happen for me. The fun in the game really lies on its combat. And yes, even the platforming, whether you agree with it or not, I know it feels a bit out of place. But I didn't mind it after a while. The puzzle solving can be quite tough. That's also very enjoyable. But the story definitely is not the strongest point in this game.
Thanks for the help. But who are you people?
My name is Seer Junda, and this is my captain, Grease Dritus.
How you doing? Yeah, the Mantis is my ship, but you better pay attention to this lady here.
The voice acting itself is very strong. There isn't one person that gave a bad performance. There wasn't one character that felt out of place. Deborah Wilson playing Seer probably being my favorite, which is a nice change of pace considering she plays my least favorite character in Wolfenstein 2.
Hey! Now you bring Super Special back in and you put him down right now, or I will shove this grenade so far up your ass, I'll be dancing and rejoicing as your entrails trickle down from the ceiling. You dig, man?
Let's talk a bit about the gameplay, starting with the platforming. Jumping on these green cushion-like things on Zepho made me think about one thing. But after getting used to it after a while, I started to enjoy it. At the start of the game, you'll die a lot. After understanding what Respawn was going for, I'm not really mad at it. It's not that much of an inconvenience. It's something to keep you busy in between all of the combat, which you'll be doing. And it goes hand in hand with the puzzles. The puzzles being very, very enjoyable. So if you can find the puzzles enjoyable, then the platforming doesn't feel so out of place. After a while, you'll get quite good at it, and then it's quite fun. The combat is one of the game's biggest strengths. It is very Sekiro-like, not Souls-like, Sekiro-like. It feels good to say that. But it's very smooth. This is the reason why we play From Software games. The ability to change the difficulty throughout really helps. There are 4 different difficulty settings. I started with Jedi Knight level, and then I finished up Jedi Master level. The Jedi Grand Master level, I'll leave to you pros out there. If I was to play that level, then I would be doing this review next year, not now. So, but Jedi Knight is a good way to start. It's still challenging enough, and it also learns you a lot. All of the abilities you learn throughout, you have to use on the fly. So if you get used to it, then push it back up to Jedi Master level. It's very tough. Look, it's very hard, especially if you are being overwhelmed by a lot of enemies. I mean, you've got guys shooting from a distance and also people right up in your face. You'll find quite a few cheap shots when you come around the corner and the guy just comes out of nowhere and just hits you on the side, which can be very annoying. But if you're in the open field, try and just jump over the guys that's trying to hit you with melee attacks and go pick off the guys with the guns first. They're the most easiest to hit. They don't really have a block. So first take care of those, and then you take care of the guys with the melee. But the combat, when it comes to the force powers, it's very powerful. You can really feel it when you pull guys towards you, or when you slow down time, or you just push a group of people off a cliff. The lightsaber feels very smooth. I think against the animals it just doesn't feel as good. For some reason the mechanics with the lightsabers and the animals, it's never felt quite good. But when you hit human NPCs, it really feels good. The combat was great. There's a lot of abilities to unlock. I've heard people complain that there wasn't enough. But for me, that never was a problem because of the higher difficulty. There's so much to focus on, so you don't want to overcomplicate things with too many buttons. And again, being overwhelmed by a lot of people can make things complicating, especially when a lot is happening. So, no, the combat was fine for me. It was very challenging, and it felt good also when you came out on top. The bosses, all of the bosses was great. The ninth sister probably being my favorite. That's the first time things really ramp up. It's one-on-one, it's very fast. You have to remember everything you've learned up until then. So incorporating all of that with that fight in specific, after you get done with that, then the rest of the boss battles gets a bit easier. You know now what to do. So, no, the combat was definitely a very strong point in the game. Gordy Harb and Stephen Barton needs to be commended for the job they've done with the score. This brings me to my favorite aspect of the entire game, the atmosphere.
Racy there?
The ambiance, just everything happening around you when you're not in combat or platforming, is just traversing the world that makes you realize what special place this is, what a special world this is. Respawn really did a great job with the visuals, with everything incorporated. Just traversing around the world, when you just stand still and look around you, you just feel that great feeling that only Star Wars can give you. And that's because of the music playing in the background. When there's not music playing, when you go into the cave, again, the ambiance, just tiny little things that happen around you that you pick up on your earphones just makes this game feel real. It makes you escape from the universe around you, and you just want to stay there for a while. Now, the atmosphere is definitely the strongest part of the game. It's the reason why you'll keep playing, together with the combat and everything. Obviously is incorporated, but the atmosphere definitely for me the favorite part of the game. So, ponchos, right? Every Jedi wants to wear a poncho. I mean, Luke Skywalker really looks terrible in his robes, and Obi-Wan looks terrible in his robes. They really wanted ponchos, And so this game figured that, okay, let's give Cal a poncho. You can get them in different colors. So that's one of the things you can customize in all different colors. Me personally, I went without a poncho for more than half of the game. Prefer to go back to the robes in the future, but maybe we'll get that in the next game. PD1 has skins that you can customize, those you pick up throughout the world when you're traversing. The same goes for your ship. And then your lightsaber. At the start of the game you can only customize it into 3 colors. There's the blue, green, and then there's an orange one. I picked the orange one because everyone else will pick the blue or green. And then I think towards the end, I think it's the last 30% of the game, it opens up a bit more. Then there's about 10 colors to pick. But all in all, I'm happy with what Respawn did with this game. I had a blast. My review system works a bit differently. I'll talk about the new releases, and I'm also going to do indie game segments. The catch-up reviews, I'm just going to do a normal rating system. I have 3 positive ratings and 3 negative ratings. I'll get into that in a new video. But for this one, it's not a masterclass, and it's definitely not a legendary game. But it's definitely good enough for a playthrough. Thank you for watching, guys. Please be kind. This is the first review I've ever done. Analyzing the game is much different than just playing. But I had a lot of fun with it. There's still a lot to learn, but it was a blast. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to my channel. I also have a segment which I focus on AMVs and GMVs. There's currently a Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order GMV on, so you can go and enjoy that if you want. But until next time, guys, laugh, party, play. Bye, guys.